unfortunate situation.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Let's move to political issues. After coming close during the 2023 general election, the Labour Party is gearing up to lay another claim to the Lagos State political arena. The party's governorship candidate in the 2023 elections in the state, Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, expressed optimism that the Labour Party will not only win, but take over power in Lagos in 2027. After the extended stakeholders meeting of the party in Abia State, Rhodes-Vivour noted that the party is now well structured to take over power in 2027. Mikhail, which of the political parties is it challenging, APC or PDP?
No, it's talking about the Labour Party. PDP literally didn't exist in Lagos State during the last election. At least Labour Party defeated Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the presidential election, you know, and in the governorship election, APC quickly bounced back from that unexpected defeat, and Sanwo-Olu scored 762,134 votes. Labour, Rhodes-Vivour scored 312,329 votes, and PDP's candidate Jendo, my namesake, scored 62,449 votes. Now, make no mistake, if you tally the votes that Rhodes-Vivour and Jendo scored, we tally the votes, and then multiply it by 2.
So not up.
Sanwo-Olu still defeated them. Put their votes together, everything does not come up to 400,000. So times 2, Sanwo-Olu still defeated them. So Sanwo-Olu won that election comfortably. There were mistakes that they made, especially during the first election, that they resolved. For example, the issue of paying their agents. So those agents were not paid. But for the governorship election, as early as Thursday, Friday, they had paid the agents. So it's like they took things easy, believing that, oh, it's Asiwaju is going to win. So they were taught a lesson. They came together. And then Asiwaju also stepped in and said, okay, in terms of who gets to hold the funds that we need, we use people who are very familiar with grassroots politics. Those are the people that we give money to. That didn't happen in the first election. So in terms of organization, they did things better. Yes, there was harassment and all that, but it wasn't in Lagos alone that it happened. I saw a video from the East to where somebody was harassed because he voted for the candidate that the majority didn't like. So no one is saying it makes sense to harass people on election. They beat people up. It's irresponsible to do that. But if you see the way the election went in places like Ikorodu, places like Osofe, you know, they got more votes. In Alimosho, where in the past elections were decided, when you look at the second election, the quantum of votes from Alimosho, you ask yourself, where were they during the presidential election? So they did things better. They organized themselves better. And some of the people who were angry with the party, who felt cheated during the primaries, they had to bring people in to reconcile them with the party. People like Shame in Oshodi, for example, they had to bring him in. Shame did a yeoman's job in Oshodi. They brought, what's his name, Obanikoro. Obanikoro was used to placate some of the people who were angry with the party and worked against the party. You know? So, and then the issue of religion. Religion played a part in that first election. In the second election, remember, Sanwo-Olu was now going from church to church. You know? So, things happen during the elections that determine who wins and who loses. in the case of Rhodes-Vivour now, he's happy that the stakeholder engagement that they had in Umuahia, according to him, it will resolve those issues. But the people that you are about to kick out of office, are you saying they are not going to work against the party? In Ondo State, for example, they have 2 governorship candidates. If the Labour Party does not resolve the issues balkanizing the party at this time, Rhodes-Vivour can only dream. He won't be able to win the election if they bring him forward again. He's saying that they will win not just the presidential election, they will win the governorship as well in Lagos State this time. The point that I'm making is politicians are naturally very optimistic people. But what I'm saying is Labour Party has to fix its internal problems, the internal wranglings. And whether we like it or not, yes, they've taken steps by trying to bring everyone together except Abure. They are trying to bring everyone together except Abure. They believe that Abure has to go. Even that will have consequences. If Abure goes to court and the court says no, you can only remove him through a national convention of the party.
Which is the law.
You know, APC were lucky.
Yeah, which is the law.
They got away with what they did with Mai Malabuni when they brought him in.
Yes.
Mai Malabuni, the former governor of Ondo State, he narrowly escaped at the Supreme Court. It was a split decision. It was a split decision because they shouldn't have done what they did. So, and the argument of the opposition was that the person who signed their expression of interests and nomination forms the person was not qualified to do that because they held 2 executive positions, governor and then party position, which is wrong. The fact that they escaped, they got away with it, does not mean that another party could get away with it. Aketi survived narrowly at the Supreme Court. Aketi survived. So who knows where Labour Party will end up? Because I know Abure will not just sit down and watch, and he's a lawyer. He's not just going to sit down. So their crisis, if they don't solve their crisis, they won't be able to perform as well as they did the last time. With the efforts that they made in the presidential election, they were only able to secure a governor, which means that it is the powers of the Labour Party revolve around Peter Obi. Take Peter Obi out of the equation, the party is like a shell. This is what I feel.
So, Mayor, if you dissect and analyze the Lagos chapter of the Labour Party, do you think it has the strength or what it takes to defeat APC in 2020?
No, they don't. Okay. The Labour Party in Lagos, they don't have what it... You see, every election is local. So the circumstances at the national level is different from what is...
the youths, they might
obtains
again in 2027.
It's different from what obtains in Lagos. Because, you see, the difference in Lagos, the governor of Lagos, as at now, is performing well. The people are hungry with... Yes, a lot of people are complaining about things. You understand? But they are not... Most people are okay with Jide Sanwo-Olu as governor because they can see different things that he's doing. You cannot take that away. And then the circumstances during the last election is different from what obtains now. So many things played out at that time that made it possible for Labour to win the first election. So every election is different.
Religion especially.
Yes, every election is different. So you cannot think because we did well 4 years ago, we are going to win in the next election. It doesn't work that way. There must be a reason why the same party has been controlling Lagos since 1999. Because the people of Lagos are happy with what obtains in Lagos. They may They may not like what is going on generally. It's different from what obtains in Lagos. That is one. Two, the Labour Party itself is not as strong as they think they are. They are not. Yes, they are not. They did very well in last election without structures. Without structures. Even most of the people that contested their election were people that they just pick people randomly, people that just, because nobody gave them a chance. So it's not as if...
A stakeholders meeting was held last week.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. With that, they just started doing that. But even at that, that's what I was saying. Even at what they have done, ab initio, there's problem. Because what they have done is to have a caretaker committee. They have a caretaker committee, and they ask the caretaker committee to conduct an election. In the face of the law, that decision is wrong. Because why it is wrong is that there is a national working committee that was voted for and is still in place. The only organ that has the power to dissolve them is the convention. A convention was not held. So some governors and stakeholders cannot sit in one place and decide. It doesn't work that way. The only way they can get away with it is if Abure's faction decides, and they have issued a statement saying that they do not recognize what was agreed at that meeting, stakeholders meeting. So if Abure goes to court, it's on solid ground. Don't forget that they took him to court one time like that, and he survived. Because you have to do a convention to remove him.
Yes.
To remove him and his officials. That is the law. So any other thing that you do, if he wants to take it up, you are just supposed to. So what I'm saying is that the Labour Party, even now, is not as strong. Before, they don't even have structures at all. Now they want to try to put structures in place. And then in putting structures in place, they've now started on a wrong footing. They can resolve it. They can, politicians, they can always agree to disagree. They can convince Abure and his people to say, let us move forward, let us do this something. And they might agree. But what I'm saying is that in Lagos, the structure of the Labour Party is not strong enough to defeat APC.
It's even non-existent. It's non-existent.
I am very sure of that.
They can't.
So my brother Rhodes-Vivour.
Time is a gentleman.
It's good to dream. It's good to dream. It's okay.
Time is a gentleman.
Every politician is an incurable optimist. If you don't believe that you can win, you can't contest election. So it's good for him to think they will win in 2007. But in Lagos, I don't see that happening.
All right, BQ, the final take on this.
Yes, I think it's just dreaming. The circumstances that propelled them to victory in Lagos in the last election, I don't think they can count on that to win in 2027. And don't forget, the president is now the incumbent president. And is not known to have lost a major election. It's not known to have lost a major election.
Yeah.
So when I say major election, I mean that it will be on the ballot and it will lose in the final analysis. Even when he lost Lagos, he still managed to win the election. Because he did well in some other places, so especially in the north. So as incumbent, they have a different animal in the president, and it's not going to be easy to dislodge him as an incumbent. He will do whatever it takes. So, and then if APC finds a very good candidate, someone who has grassroots base, it will blow them out of water. And there are some people already in contention. We know one or two of them that are very strong at the grassroots level.
One of them is very, very strong.
If such a person, and he was born into a very strong political family, if they pick such a person, if they get their candidate right, forget it. The margin will be wider than this 300.
Because I believe that the margin will be wider than that.
It will be wider. It will be a one.
Lagos State, though.
Yes.
The margin will be wider.
It will be a route.
7 is just 3 years away. We'll watch and see. Thank you, gentlemen. And concerns that